Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning.
Well,
It is the morning,
It is.
and we hope it's a good one. Good morning.
hopefully you've had your coffee because we are going to be running at 110 miles an hour today.
Happy Saturday.
Get ready. Here we come. Yes, the Patriots lost the Super Bowl. Let's just get that out the way.
Yeah, they did.
They did?
Yeah.
Barely. By the skin of the teeth.
I'd like to know your definition of the word barely.
Yeah. What was it? 29 to 13?
29-13 beatdown.
Fresh
down.
entrees of crow all around.
Where's that crow? There's a picture of a crow up there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah, right up the top there. Here we go.
We were all eating that
Yeah, a
all
little salt,
eating that.
little salt and pepper with that.
all week.
Barbecue sauce or hot sauce? Which one is
Yeah,
Which one you like better?
neither.
Neither.
If
Okay.
If you're
Tough
gonna do
one.
it, if you want to do it, take all that flavor.
Yeah.
No sauces.
Exactly right.
I feel like Atlanta, like when they got beat down by the Patriots, the Falcons.
I can't ever feel that bad. Can't ever feel that bad. That defense tried its heart out.
and Clay, we know
yeah.
your affinity for the city of Atlanta too. So
Indeed.
very kind
So
of
there's a little bit of bias.
I love Atlanta.
Mhm.
I love it because they always show me the team that you should not have. That's the team that you definitely don't want. Is any team that Atlanta is sporting, whether it's football or hockey,
Whatever they put their fandom in.
whatever they just. Atlanta, I'm going to tell you the truth. Atlanta fans hate their teams. They really do. We have cousins and relatives down in Georgia, and they hate their team. They love it, but they love it
until they start winning.
which is never.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get off Atlanta.
Indeed.
Clay, can you go in and look at this stream here before I call restream and really pay in peace of my mind? Because it says we're not live here on the stream. So got to pay attention to the radio, though, of course, our main importance. But,
It says we're not live. It says
yeah.
live here.
Yeah, it says not on the YouTube. So
What?
yeah, well, don't get me started with our friends at Restream.
Technical
What?
difficulties.
What? Okay, blood pressure's rising. It's bad enough the Patriots lost the Super Bowl. Jason Tatum doesn't know whether he wants to come back or not. Drake May hurt his arm, and now this. Well, okay, let's just get to the prayer of the day.
All right.
And I'm sure we'll feel better after this because all of us can feel better after listening to this bio of Saint Valentine and how he became a saint. So the prayer of the day is the bio of Saint Valentine. According to the official biography of the Diocese of Terni, Italy, Valentine was born and he lived in Terma, Italy. At one point of his life, as Bishop of Terni, Narnia, and Aemilia, he was on house arrest with a Roman judge named Asterius. When Valentine unwaveringly pledged the power and validity of Jesus Christ, the judge put him to the test. Valentine was presented with the judge's blind daughter and told to restore her sight. Placing his hands onto her eyes, Valentine restored the child's vision. The amazed judge, as well as his entire 44-member household, immediately became baptized. Asterius then freed all of the Christian inmates under his control. Later, Valentine was arrested again. He was charged with marrying Christian couples and aiding persecuted Christians. Both were considered serious crimes as Christianity was prohibited. He was sent to Rome for imprisonment and for investigation under the Emperor Claudius Gothicus, Claudius II. And during that imprisonment, a relationship between Valentine and the emperor came into existence. It ended when Valentine would not renounce the supremacy of Christ over the Roman gods and unashamedly tried to convert Claudius to Christianity. Claudius commanded Valentine to renounce his faith or be beaten with clubs and beheaded. Valentine refused to renounce his faith and thus was executed on February 14th, 269. February 14th, 269. Valentine's existence is documented. Archaeologists have unearthed a Roman catacomb with an ancient church dedicated to St. Valentine. And in 496 AD, Pope Gelasius marked February 14th as a celebration in honor of his martyrdom. Now, why is this important? My fellow Americans, understand that no matter your ethnicity or race, Christianity is the faith that has given us the greatest country on the face of the earth. Our country is not perfect because we as human beings are not perfect. Understand that all the scientific discoveries, education protocol, and technological advantages that we enjoy have come via Christianity. Understand that what we enjoy has come at a price. It has not been free. Many have died so that we can pray, communicate, and have communion with the real and living God via the acceptance of Jesus Christ as the way, the truth as the life. Always remember that we enjoy these blessings that have been bestowed upon us under the pains of living the word and spreading the gospel, just as Jesus and St. Valentine did. So lean into your Bible. Jesus is here with all of us right now, as he was with St. Valentine on February 14th, 269. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Clay. Very historical prayer.
Indeed.
And a very important one here on this, I guess, Valentine's Day edition of the Amazing Grace Sports Network.
We didn't forget. We got it.
Yeah. Hallmark holiday, but it's so
Right.
important, the story
That's
of
right.
St. Valentine. So thanks for sharing that here. And yes, this is the Amazing Grace Sports Network. I think it'd be appropriate to give out the title of the show here on the radio, AM 590 WEZE, live here on Saturday morning. Kevin Chisholm, Clay Morris, Craig Morris here today, and
The Morris brothers
the Morris brothers are here
in the saddle.
as always. And your phone number for your calls, again, 844-249-5247. No shortage of topics here today.
Karma, call up. Let these people know you exist.
He's still on this.
And, of course, we rebroadcast the show as well on WROL tomorrow morning, Saturday at 11 a.m. So plenty to talk about on the Super Bowl and the recap of that brutal loss for the Patriots.
Oh,
and
gosh.
so many other things, as well as Clay had alluded to at the outset of today's show.
The Patriots losing and other jokes of the day.
Yes, indeed. So why don't we get to that? Our Valentine's Day edition of the Joke
Joke
of the
of the day.
One day, a non-practicing Christian man suffered a serious heart attack, and during the attack, he prayed for who else? God, to save his life. That if he was spared, he would get back into the church and preach the good news. Then he had an open-heart bypass surgery and survived the surgery. He awakened for the surgery to find himself in the care of nuns at a Catholic hospital. The man appreciated God saving his life, but thought the Catholic hospital to be, quote, overkill. As he was recovering, a nun came into the room and sat down beside his bed. She was there to ascertain how he was going to pay for his treatment. She asked if he had any health insurance. The man replied, "No, sister, I don't have any health insurance." The nun then asked, I'm not going to do the voice like Clay does. "Well, why don't you have any money in the bank?" The man replied, "No, sister, I don't have any money in the bank." The nun then asked, "Well, do you have any relatives who could make arrangements with you to help you?" The man then replied, "I only have a spinster sister who is a nun." The nun became agitated at this answer. She announced rather boldly and loudly, "Nuns are not spinsters. Nuns are married to God." The man then replied, "Well, that's the case. Send the bill to my brother-in-law."
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Very nicely done, Clay, as always. From the
Thank you,
secret joke book of Clay Morris, a joke of the day here.
Secret
I mean-
Christian, clean Christian
Yes,
joke book.
clean Christian
Clean and Christian.
humor.
It's what we have.
Yes, indeed.
That's what we aspire to be as human beings.
So true. So true.
All right.
All right. Why don't we get into our Today in History?
Let's hit it. Hit it.
Some interesting
Hit the ground
questions
running.
for you here
You're going to love
on
it.
this February the 14th edition of the Amazing Grace Sports Network.
In history. On February 14th, Valentine's Day, 1951, former welterweight champion, actually he was the welterweight champion of the time, Sugar Ray Robinson defeated the legendary Jake the Bull LaMotta in a fight that has been labeled the St. Valentine's Massacre. Robinson stopped LaMotta in the 13th round, and this fight is one of the more pivotal scenes of the Raging Bull movie that chronicled LaMotta's life. And we're going to play a video clip for that.
For our many listeners who are listening to us on the radio, obviously you can't watch the video clip, but imagine yourself in this and watching this while listening.
2 minutes to go of the 12th round. He winces when he's hit now. The round is almost over. There's the bat.
Round number 13, the hard luck number. There's the buzzer, and I think you know both the boys. Robinson hurting LaMotta. He's hurting him now. He has LaMotta on Clear Street, holding on.
Survive them, nobody knows. Let's take it to ringside.
Hey, Ray.
The fight is going to be stopped on.
Never went down, Ray. You never got me down, Ray. You hear me? Never got me down.
That is from Raging Bull and Robert De Niro saying to Ray Robinson, "You never got me down."
1951.
1951. Now, remember we talked about 2 weeks ago. Would you send your fighter out after watching what happened the previous round?
No, certainly not. But again, it just goes to show
Different time.
different time. Exactly right, Craig. Look like Will Campbell out there.
Oh my gosh. Gee. Oh,
All
well,
right,
anyway,
20 years later. 20 years later.
the question is, who did LaMotta win the title from before he lost to Sugar Ray Robinson? Call us in with that answer, and you get a T-shirt, whatever.
All right. Our second. Craig, on February 14th, 1971, the great Richard Petty won his third Daytona 500. Petty won the Great American Race driving a Plymouth Roadrunner with a Chrysler Big Block Hemi engine. Petty also went on to win the inaugural Winston Cup title that season. Our question, how many Daytona 500s did Petty win?
The great Richard Petty,
Well,
number
some
43.
would say the greatest racing, the greatest driver
In NASCAR history.
NASCAR
Yeah.
history, in that field. The number 43 car,
Number 43 car.
the great Richard Petty. Sticking on the topic of racing and all things NASCAR, we fast forward to February the 14th, 1988. It was the 30th running of the Daytona 500 at that time. NASCAR Hall of Famer Robert Arthur Allison, a.k.a. the great Bobby Allison, held off his son Davey Allison to win his third Daytona 500. In that race, Bobby became the oldest driver to win a Daytona 500 at the age of 50. Our question is, what happened between Bobby Allison, Donnie Allison? Is it Donnie or Davey?
It's Donnie.
So why did it say Davey there? Is it,
Well, David's his son. Donnie's his brother.
oh, that's
The-
right.
the-
Okay.
It was
The
a
other-
family affair.
Family affair. The
It was
Allisons.
The
from NASCAR,
Allisons.
Exactly right.
The gangsters.
And Cal Yarborough during the 1979 Daytona 500. That fight put NASCAR on the sports map. What happened?
Well, we already told
Yeah,
you it's the
we
fight,
have,
so
yeah.
we're going to show you because you got to see this.
Yeah, another imagine yourself there type video.
The white flag is out. 1 lap to go.
Two of the greatest fiddling here, fidgeting with first plate. Out of turn 2, Donnie Allison in first. Where will Cale make his move? He comes to the inside. Donnie Allison throws the block. Cale hits him. He slides. Donnie Allison slides. They hit again. They drive into the turn. They're hitting the wall. They're head on the wall. They slide down to the inside. Let's watch those third place cars. They're out of it. He's sixth career, and there's a fight between Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison. The tempers overflowing. They're angry. They know they have lost.
A couple of very hard men, very hardly upset. And Bobby Allison is stopped by his brother to help. There's Bobby Allison's car, number 15.
You gotta love it.
You got to
You gotta love it.
Listen to what Bobby Allison had to say.
In 2000, when asked about the fist fight, Bobby said, I stopped to offer Donnie a ride to the garages, and Cale comes over, running up, saying that I caused the wreck. I tried to tell him he had the wrong person. And I've said before, I think I have questioned his ancestry. He hit me in the face with his helmet, and I saw blood dripping onto my shirt. I thought, if I don't stop this, I'll be running from Cale for the rest of my life. I climbed out and throttled him. I ran his nose into my fist several times. My story, and I'm sticking to it forever. He never challenged me again. The fine surprised me, but
$2,000.
but the fact that it brought NASCAR onto the map makes it worth every penny.
There you
Up
go.
until his death, Allison maintained that Yarborough was beating his face on my fist.
Well, you gotta love the sport of NASCAR.
Boy,
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
that race, the ending of that race, and that's how Petty won.
Correct.
I think it's 6
Mm.
because those guys went at it, and they went at it hard.
Oh yeah, and they still do. You do still see some fights today and some
Yeah,
that's
some
what they say.
yeah,
If it
some
ain't rubbing, it
aggressiveness.
ain't racing.
if it ain't rubber, it ain't racing.
I can't think today. I've got the Super Bowl on my mind. It's too much.
Well, let's just get to it
Too
and
much
get it off
morning.
your
Let it
mind.
go. Let
Well,
it
why don't
go.
we say hello to some of our great sponsors first? And,
Okay.
To introduce them, or as we always do every week, reintroduce them here. Keep us rolling every week here. This is the Amazing Grace Sports Network on WEZ. Saying hello to our great sponsors here this morning.
Hey, are you feeling a little achy or sore from the cold weather? Then take a visit to Dylan's Russian Steam Bath. At Dylan's Dry Sauna or Wet Steam Room, you can de-escalate, de-stress, and detox your body and mind. A hot place to massage or a variety of oil massages are available. You will enjoy the relaxed atmosphere that features a nutritious snack bar, large screen television, and comfortable lounge chairs to cool off in during your visit. They have 2 convenient locations, one in Chelsea and the other in Quincy. Find them online at Dylan's Russian Steam Bath or call 617-549-3484 for more information. To enjoy your best health, visit Dylan's Russian Steam Bath, where heat, steam, and water have a therapeutic effect.
Well, my friends, I want to talk to you about computers. Is your computer screen cracked or have a black screen? Is it slow to charge or does it exhibit abnormal battery drainage? Does your PC run slow or have keyboard issues? Well, then PhilComp Computer Center, located at 1690 Dorchester Avenue, is your remedy for all your computer medical problems. PhilComp Computer Center has been in the computer repair, upgrade, malware removal, and data recovery business for over 20 years. Whether your computer is a Mac or IBM based, give them a call. Their number, 617-265-1910. That is 617-265-1910. To solve all your computer problems, our good friends at the PhilComp Computer Center.
Do you want to live a happier, healthier lifestyle? Do you want to get rid of back, hip, and neck pains? Then look no further than Karma Don Yoga. Karma is an accomplished and experienced yoga instructor who specializes in total body restorative yoga. So whether you are young or old, short or tall, in shape or out of shape, Karma is your best choice. Check out her classes and times at karmadonyoga.com. That's karmadonyoga.com. Your body and mind deserve good karma.
Well, of course, I want to thank all our great sponsors who keep us going.
Still waiting on that call.
Karma!
Speaking of your calls, the phone number 844-249-5247. Well, gentlemen, why don't we get this over with, the debacle, what we saw last Sunday in Santa Clara, Super Bowl 60. And, well, we thought this would be, we hoped this would have been a week of celebration. Nonetheless, it's a week of national mourning here.
No, there is a celebration if you're a Seattle fan.
Yeah,
This is a
Seattle.
week of
But I'm talking about in the New England area.
I got to apologize to all the Seattle fans that I kind of might have ticked off by saying that you guys team didn't stand a chance, that you were going to get beat down, you were going to get mowed down and just wiped over and elbowed, get the people's elbow the whole 9 yards. I have to apologize. Your team showed up and showed out.
Yeah, they did.
They certainly did. And, you know, the dark side defense from the Seahawks came to play. There's no question about it. They made Will Campbell, Jared Wilson, the entire Patriots offensive left.
They're tired, yeah.
I say the entirety of the line, but particularly the left side of the line, Craig.
Exactly.
You know, made mincemeat.
Mincemeat.
Yeah.
Will Campbell.
Hash.
Let's unpack Will Campbell here. Guy that was drafted 4th overall. I know he's a rookie. I know he's young. 4th overall pick, though, Clay. I mean, you said, I'm going to fight and die for my quarterback.
Well, he did. He died.
He died. Yeah.
He did. He fought and died. I mean,
Mike Vrabel come out and saying that he's not going to remove him as tackle.
Not going to move.
Even though a lot of people,
not moving anywhere,
including me, say he should be a guard.
I think the guy's got an injury. I mean, he hasn't looked the same since he's got back, but he came back and he fought hard. And he's still a first-year guy. So, I mean,
22.
Yeah. I mean, he's taking on veterans. I mean, these guys are battle-tested, hardened veterans that are coming at him grizzled. They got the whiskers and everything. I mean, these guys they're mean. They're mean. And poor Will he's just getting out of, probably didn't even finish his senior year. What is he? Would be a senior this year. Right? So
probably.
Yeah. So he was overmatched. And I know everybody's mad about it, but there's some things you can't change. That's just one of them. He got manhandled.
Yeah, but I think going forward it'll help him out. You know,
it'll get him in that weight room working out.
Yeah, let's hope.
A little embarrassment early in your career.
Totally.
Yeah.
So Mike Vrabel's saying he's not going to move him as from tackle to guard. Dante Scarnecchia, a longtime Patriots offensive line coach under Bill Belichick, who I think a lot of us would have loved to see on the sidelines.
That's what we need.
He was asked the question about should Will Campbell move from tackle to guard. He says, not so fast. I'll tell you what, I'm not firing this guy. I'm putting him right back where he was.
Exactly.
That's what Dante Scarnecchia had to say.
Them guys know better than us.
That's right. Put him back in the fire.
Yeah.
They know better than us. Seattle fans, you have every right to be happy.
That was amazing defense.
That was a great game, and not so much by the Patriots. I'm not going to diminish it, but I will say that looks like Will Campbell was injured. Looks like Drake May was injured.
Yeah.
And it looks like that guy Wilson.
Jared Wilson.
Jared Wilson. He was injured. So you guys got kind of a free run, and it made you look better than you actually were. I mean, to be honest, I really don't think that much of your defense. Okay. I think you were helped out a lot by the ineffectiveness of the offense because of the injuries to the Patriot players. So you can wax in the sun for right now, but really, I don't think you're as good as you think you are.
I'll have to disagree with you on that, man.
Yeah.
That defense was pretty amazing to me, and the simple fact that they were only rushing 4. They weren't even blitzing. I think they blitzed 7 times all the time, and they got home 6 out of those 7 times.
Are you sure you're related to me?
I'm sure.
I'd like to ask you this question because the answer for me is not many because there are only so many times with the Seahawks were national TV. How many games did you watch of the Seahawks this year?
Exactly.
I watched more highlights than anything else.
Exactly.
But I never saw their defense. I'm not impressed by defense that can give up 30 points consistently. I don't know. They got this title of being a high-scoring defense, but they gave up a lot of points a lot of times. So, no, I think if everything had been right, if the Patriots had been right, they would have beat this team. Their defense is not all that. But once things start going bad and they start going downhill, they seem to go downhill even faster.
And the spotlight was too bright for young Drake May.
Yes.
For a mobile quarterback, he has got to get rid of the ball more.
Yes,
he has got to. I mean, for a guy that can run around, like he just holds on to it way too much. I said this last week. It's almost as you've got no awareness out there.
And you saw that. And then with the fact that left side was giving up,
Correct.
letting everybody in, his timing was off. Because usually, they had that in the back of their mind when they should release the ball. And it was just
he had a nanosecond.
To
get rid of it
up and down.
He had a nanosecond.
And he was still back there patting on the ball.
Yeah, he just couldn't get rid of it.
But then again, not all his fault. Some of those wide receivers couldn't get any separation.
I saw separation. I think it's more of his injury. It looks like he was injured. He just couldn't pull the trigger on a lot of plays that he could have pulled the trigger on. He just couldn't get his arm to get through it.
Might have been injured, but I can only go with what they say.
Correct. Yeah, I guess we have to.
And, I expected him to go out there and look like he was feeling good, and he did not. But like I said, young kid, first time, we'll see.
And they abandoned the run pretty quickly, too. Ramondre couldn't get anything. They even tried to bring Travion Henderson out there at some point. That didn't work, and nothing was clicking. And the Patriots, they were opportunities.
There was
for a while. The Patriots defense had a great game. There's no question about it. Christian Gonzalez
held as long as they could.
They certainly did. It was a great game. And but once Kenneth Walker got going, they couldn't tackle. They couldn't tackle him. Even though he never made to the end zone, they just play after play. It looked like it was going to stop, and then he goes for the 10 yards. It was just like, oh my gosh.
They had been worn down by that time.
They've been worn down.
Oh, absolutely.
Once he started,
I think so.
doing his
and I
thing.
thought Darnold, even though he threw for over 200 yards, was shaky at times. I don't think Sam Darnold, especially in the first half of that game, when it was still kind of, where's this game going to go, was not as strong as
they put pressure on him.
And Christian Gonzalez did a great job.
Definitely.
Yeah, but they put pressure on Donald. Donald got hit.
They did
many a time. It got hit hard. So he was looking to get rid of that ball quickly.
The only difference was when Donald was getting hit, he was still making some of those throws.
Correct.
Right.
Whereas Drake May was getting hit and
just holding on to it.
Still holding on to it.
Exactly. This is some of the photos
we're looking down the field because they're showing us the back shots of the from Seattle's front rushing, and you're seeing guys open. Right. And you see he can't pull the trigger. He's just looking around. He's locking on to one guy. He's already made up his mind who he's going to throw to. He's locking on to that guy. And then, the defense is flowing to that area, watching his eyes. Now it becomes too overflooded. He can't make that throw. And you're looking at all the rest of the people open. And you're saying, that defense isn't all that. These guys are open.
Maybe the secondary, but the edge rush
The edge rush was there.
and the D line for Seattle was there
Yeah.
and ready to play, and they had a lot of safety blitzes too. That actually.
Well, he needs to get rid of that ball.
And then some of those sacks were just on coverage sacks.
Yeah.
Like those guys were pretty much covered.
But he got to get rid of that ball.
Indeed.
Exactly
But
right.
I will give them respect. They didn't stop playing no matter what.
It's true.
That final buzzer, even
They
with
did.
the touchdown, what was that, Ramondre at the end?
Yeah.
They still kept playing. So.
And I thought there was a small glimpse at the end of the fourth quarter before he threw that interception.
Yeah,
that
right,
said,
yeah,
I'm
right.
saying to
That was the
myself,
time.
if
Yeah.
we can get something
if
here in
they
this
get
drive,
something in this,
yeah,
it's going to be trouble. And that was a terrible interception.
oh, it's terrible. It's
So
terrible.
that's
It was
that's
a
what
horrible
makes,
throw.
That's what makes me think his shoulder was bad.
Yeah, I mean, there was nobody close to being
Nobody
open.
close.
Underthrown ball.
I don't know who you were
Yeah.
throwing to,
Yeah.
Drake, but that looks like a bad shoulder to me. Just looked like you couldn't get to wherever you were going. Good
That was
luck with
that was the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
It just stinks too because a lot of the people say they never should have been there. Patriots had an easy schedule.
Yeah.
If Bo Nix were playing in Denver, it
Yeah.
would have been a different game. Yada
Sour
yada
grapes.
yada. Sour grapes. It was a great year, and
Exactly.
Sounds
and,
like
and people say, well, how did this guy even come close to winning the MVP? And
Because
sounds like my
played
sour
an
grapes
MVP.
about them losing to Seattle. But whatever, it's a loss is a loss, and the other team moves on. So congratulations, the Seattle Seahawks are the
world
NFL
champions.
world champions
Yes.
of the 2025 season.
so I asked a question off here, and I'd like to discuss this now. The Patriots are to make another significant run next year, as they did this year. And by the way, this we should pull up the schedule. The schedule is much more difficult this year, this coming year than it is last year. What do the Patriots need?
Offensive line.
Yeah,
I think they need another explosive receiver,
I agree.
someone to kind of balance it out. Because with our receivers, they were okay, but I think they could garner a double team. The
Mhm.
ones who are actually good, like you put a double team on Booty, you really have nothing else. No one else was showing. But I think if we
Right.
get a quality wide receiver, it would kind of
I agree.
put a hold on
I
all
agree.
of that.
Well, an offensive line.
Well, I don't think a whole offensive line, but I think some other
See if
pieces
you-
to help.
See if you can pull Dante out of retirement again.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Dante ain't blocking. they need an offensive line. Those kids were banged up, and there's other guys on the right side. They weren't clearing any holes.
No.
So as far as these guys for the run game, everybody's got to hit their blocks, and they weren't doing that when it came to the run game. So they weren't clearing anybody out on the run game. They weren't stopping people, particularly actually in the second half. To me, the offensive line did a much better job as
Yeah,
far as
they did.
giving them protection and time. Like I said, he just couldn't pull the trigger. But and that's what leads me to that thing. The whole thing about Seattle having a great defense. The offensive in the second half, the offensive line was actually stopping them and giving them
Stopping them,
time. He just wasn't pulling the trigger,
I
and
think his clock was already sped up. By
yeah,
that
something
time.
was going on with that. But guys, an edge rusher, and they need some veteran guys. They need some veteran guys. If they're going to stick with Wilson and Campbell, they're going to need some veteran guys to fill in the other side. They can't put those two together. They need to put them on opposite sides of the ball, and fill in the rest with veteran guys who can block. So go out and spend some time and some money and get that done.
Why don't we go to the phones here? Caller, good morning. We don't have caller ID here, but why don't we try? Good morning. Go ahead.
Nice. Kelly from Lynn Wayne.
Oh, there we go, Kelly. He's on a different number this week.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I gotta keep you guys guessing.
Yeah,
You burn the phone. Hey, Kelly, I'm sorry for talking you into back in the Patriots last week.
That's okay. That's okay. But you remember? Do you remember what my original
Indeed, we do.
pick was?
Yes, I do. I'm reminded of it every day.
It was that Homer bias.
Yeah. So Kelly, what'd you think?
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about that, it would have been nice if the Patriots came in there to at least compete, make it more competitive. I would have been satisfied with them. I'm satisfied with them getting there, even how they get in there. The problem is, because the way you played in the Super Bowl, the way you played in the playoffs, you kind of answered the call of your critics. It's like, I told you they never belonged there in the first place. The way the game started, I thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to be like a back and forth because
Started off as a real defensive scramble.
yeah, the defense and Sam Darnold, and that place you rattled him, and away we go. but it was just something about that Patriot offense.
Oh gosh, it was offensive. It was offensive to watch.
Exactly. And I don't think Josh McDaniels called a great game too. By the way,
No, he did not. He did not.
It's almost like he didn't make any real adjustments.
Correct. It was just the same thing.
It didn't seem. So I'm not an expert. It didn't seem like he didn't like spread the defense out. That could always happen.
I mean, if that was the case, you should have just gone 5 wide with the kid.
At least in the first half, it was run the ball through Ramondre twice, and then
that was it. They only ran it twice.
Then throw it on third down.
Yeah,
and then punt.
Yeah, they did a lot of that.
Oh, that whole play, they made Seattle look how they let Seattle be Seattle. That was the frustrating thing.
Correct.
You know, and like you said, the defense was. I mean, the defense could have been. I mean, because you look at the Rams, they spread it out. They almost beat Seattle.
Yeah, they almost did. Exactly right.
Exactly.
So the defense could be.
They should have spread it out.
But that just leads more into what you were saying. Maybe there was something.
There's something wrong with Drake's arm.
Maybe
he looked his shoulder. And he did not look sharp. The ball was high. The ball was low. The ball was there. And there's something going on there. And I think he might have to have surgery. But those are the breaks. They have to get around it. And
that's going to go in that vault. That's going to go in that vault. Why Butler was benched to the Patriots vault.
No, that was just a bad. That was disgusting by Belichick.
We'll find out why, though.
I think this though. I think if they had it spread it out, even not to go long, but to go short, they could have done that 5 wide. Brought in Efton Chisholm and have short dump plays.
He was inactive. He wasn't
right. And only bring for 5 or 10 yards and then have the yards after catch, see what you can get there.
Yeah.
But nothing was ever done with that. And you know what? I was disappointed the whole year that they didn't try more of that.
And I think
based
I
upon the fact
one screenplay that they tried to Stephon Diggs that didn't go.
That's going to be terrible. But
they blew up.
Yeah, they need to. They didn't employ some of the things that we saw Patriot teams from the past, which is screenplays, which is short plays using the slot receiver back and forth. Okay, have them going to the left and then double back to the right. Those quick plays that keeps a team off that keeps the team off balance and also sets up your running game. We never saw that during the whole year, and I wondered what is so hard. That looks like the easier plays than this downfield. We have to block for 3 or 4 seconds, and we have to wait for the receiver to make his move and get past his defender. I thought the easier quick plays would have been the thing to do, but I never saw it the whole season, and didn't see it in the Super Bowl either.
Yeah, plus the Dinkin kind of wears
on the
defense.
Kind of wears on the defense.
Right.
Exactly. You got it.
Right.
Kind of wears on the defense.
Yeah, great. Come on, Josh. Pull it out. It's in your bag of tricks. You had Wes Welker. You had Julian Edelman. I mean, we know this. We know this like the back of our hands. This is something that we could run in with our eyes closed. As far as
like he didn't want to go back to it.
Oh gosh,
I know it works.
Well, it was all a little bit of disappointment, but you know what? It was a good season. Thinking that,
I'm satisfied with it. I had them at 9 wins, and then they were in the Super Bowl.
Same here. Exactly right.
So congratulations, Patriots.
Celtics.
Go Celtics.
Go Celtics.
The Celtics are going to take us on the same ride. Watch.
I think so.
Wait a minute, they're going to go to the finals too.
Right. So tell Wayne, fasten up and
get ready for this.
Get ready.
Where's Wayne this morning? He usually calls by now.
Wayne is.
I jumped in this spot, but he's probably waiting now.
We didn't have a basketball question.
Wayne, I think, is upset with Clay because he said no Celtics talk last week. All Super Bowl.
Wayne's going to come back this week talking about the Lakers and LeBron, I'm sure.
Oh, God.
He's going to be mad at me for saying no Celtics. I'll show you.
Yeah, right.
I'll say that for next week, and let me steal one of them trivia questions from Wayne as well.
Okay, what you got?
Well, one of them that stood out, that Teddy, how many championships? It's funny. I know this answer because they reference Tom Brady when he won his 7th. So we'll go with number 7.
So Richard Petty, you are correct. Yeah, the crowd is waving flags for you here, Kelly. I mean, cha-ching. What do you?
500, Chuck. Bing.
Richard Petty, the great Richard Petty.
There it is.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly.
Hey,
thanks,
have
Kelly.
a great week, Kelly.
Have a good week. Bye.
844-249-5247. Gentlemen, would you like to see Max Crosby in a Patriots uniform next year?
It'd be nice.
I'm gonna be frugal here. It says it depends on how much it's going to cost.
But
I don't want to
it'd be
bring
nice.
this high price guy in. I mean, of course, we all like his motor and everything like that, but I mean, how much is it going to cost?
Yeah,
We just signed an extension too with
See,
the Raiders last
right.
year. It's a Myles Garrett situation on our hands. We could very well see me Myles Garrett last year. I'm not playing for the Browns. Then he came out
Then he
playing for the
comes
Browns,
out,
had a
plays
great
for the
year,
Browns.
obviously. And so with new head coach Clint Kubiak obviously coming over from the Seahawks, the offensive coordinator being hired by the Raiders, and we'll see. Obviously, they're going to be drafting Fernando Mendoza. And so we'll see what the Raiders will look like and will Max Crosby going to stay. But I think you're right, Clay, in the fact of what's it going to cost. But
Would you?
is it worth it? I would.
And even if he came over here, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Patriots going to have a bullseye on their back. No one's going to allow them to sneak up on him like we did this year.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, just talent alone. Yes,
but
definitely.
you're gonna need that talent for what you're going to face.
Correct.
Definitely. You're going to need that. This guy, he can bring it on the edge.
Exactly.
And they didn't have any edge rushers. No, well, they did, but they didn't.
Yeah.
They need somebody that can get there.
And a veteran guy, I think, like Crosby, who was looking to win. There's no question about it. And he's not doing that out in Vegas.
No, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I love Mendoza. I love him. That's my kid. If he was my kid,
I
he
think
could be my kid.
the Raiders could have a good year next year.
I don't. Not if they play him.
I know you're thinking on that.
Yeah, he's of the mindset where you should really sit these young guys.
You got to sit this young kid.
Yeah.
He's not going to make a difference in the NFL next year if you put him out there. He's just going to get hurt and hit.
We can all see what happens when you throw a kid right up in there in an iffy organization,
Right.
and his name is Sam Darnold, and it takes some years,
Oh.
but you finally get a Super Bowl.
Correct.
God bless you, Sam. You endured a lot. I mean,
He endured
a lot. The poor kid. And Sam Darnold, you deserve everything.
everything.
No matter how much I talk about whatever, okay, really, you deserve everything.
Yeah.
Because you went through so much that a young person should not have to go through. But slings and arrows, as the Shakespearean thing goes, and Hamlet, you suffered them.
Right.
You suffered them. It was tough.
And you got to wonder, too, had J.J. McCarthy not gotten hurt 2 years ago, would Sam Darnold even be in this position? Because it seemed as though the Vikings were prepared after drafting J.J. McCarthy that he was going to be the one to start.
Right.
They were just
And
going to throw him in.
if he didn't get hurt, would Sam Darnold even been given a chance?
No.
Probably
No.
not.
Probably not. And he took full advantage of it. But, here goes another sling. You pass for 4,000, almost 5,000 yards. You lead that team into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then they discard you like a
I know.
pack of old cards, like you didn't do anything.
But mind you, they discarded him, and then they realized that the kid is not good.
But Seattle, to their credit, went and picked the guy up and said, "We're banking on you, dude.
Yep.
We're banking on you, kid.
Yeah,
We're going to
chance.
ride with you." And they rode him all the way into a Super Bowl win, a Lombardi trophy. Sam Darnold, our hats are off to you. You proved it can be done, and your faith helped you all the way.
There it is.
So true about it. Congratulations to Sam Darnold. I saw this on the internet as well. I don't want to beat up on poor Geno Smith, but I thought it was funny to read. Because it's a picture of him with the Seahawks and with the Las Vegas Raiders, and the quotation about having the team you leave immediately win the Super Bowl and the team you join immediately now have the #1 overall pick while getting the same coach fired, Pete Carroll, in back-to-back years is a feat only Geno Smith could accomplish.
Geno!
It's true, though.
It's true.
It's one of those things. It's an infamous award or infamous notoriety, but sometimes that's better than nothing at all.
So true. Well, before we get to our commercial break and transition over to the Celtics, I just want to call your attention, mention the Patriots' schedule.
Yeah.
Next year, looking way ahead here, but hasn't determined the dates for these yet. But we know who the opponents are going to be, and
it's not going to be sweet.
Going on the road to Kansas City, to Chicago, to Detroit, to Seattle, to Jacksonville, to play the Chargers, welcoming Bo Nix and the Broncos, Jordan Love and the Packers, the Raiders, the Steelers, the Vikings.
They're getting everybody this year.
That's a tough one. There's much more easy than the 3 weeks in a row against the Falcons and the Browns and a number of 4 different teams.
The Jets.
However, if they do good on this season, then it really didn't have
Miami
anything to do with it.
Well, we know
they're still going to get
that's
the
a
Jets.
given.
Miami.
Get our Jets
So
in our Miami game.
they still got some leeway.
So that's 4 wins at least,
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Well, I think the AFC is going to be very interesting next year because, obviously we'll see how Bo Nix responds to the injury. We'll see with Josh Allen, new head coach Joe Brady, what will happen with Kansas City with their dynasty on a on a spiral. Who knows with Joe Burrow, my guy Joe Burrow, what
Whether he'll find
happens with
happiness
Cincinnati.
in the
Lamar
game
Lamar
obviously in
Jackson.
Baltimore,
Lamar
Trevor
Jackson.
Lawrence, and
Trevor
a
Lawrence.
number of different things. So, as much as the AFC was wide open this year, and of course you just can't predict what'll happen in every year, but we've got a lot to prove. Drake May does in year number 3 coming up.
Guys, the Patriots are going to do well. Listen to what we just said. Joe Burrow, come on. They're not going to do anything. Trevor Lawrence,
stop.
he's going to choke, okay?
Yeah.
We got 2 tags. We know what's going to happen there.
He won't even be a starter. He won't even be a starter. He'll be a backup on some team.
You know, Harbaugh is only good for 2 years, okay? So this upcoming year, expect the Chargers to go down, okay? His 2 years are up. That was the second year. He does everything within 2 years, and by the third year, his team is crashing.
You're not confident on Mike McDaniel coming in as the offensive coordinator and helping Justin
things
Herbert
around.
make the leap.
The leap.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
Get out of the wild card round.
I mean, we're talking about Mike McDaniel. I mean, well, anyway. So no, I think the Patriots are going to do fine. Yeah, we'll see. I think they'll be right up there again.
You gotta understand now. In the year of Sam Darnold, anything might happen. Justin Herbert might be an MVP candidate next.
Or who knows? Daniel Jones, you
Daniel
never know. You never know.
We forget Daniel Jones was 8-1 at one
Exactly
time.
right.
Looking all world.
And hey, look at what the Patriots did this year.
Exactly.
Who's to say a team like the Tennessee Titans can't do this? I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Clay, I'm not saying it's going to happen.
He's just saying.
I'm just saying it's a possibility. There's some talent there. Now they got Robert Saleh and Brian Dable down there.
Brian Dable.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Oh,
So
gosh.
I know it's not going to be C.J. Stroud
from the New York City area.
It won't be C.J. Stroud. Yeah, that's for
You
sure.
don't think so? You don't
No.
Or maybe
no.
you never know. C.J. Stroud
I know.
might make the leap. He
See?
went from that first year doing well, and then we have what we have. Like regardless of what they say about C.J. Stroud, the guy was 3-3 in the playoffs. So he's won some, he's lost some.
Yeah, in the wild card round, you can never get out past after that. Well, one team I don't think is going to do anything is Cleveland. We know that, and
yeah, we know that. Hopefully, we're playing Cleveland.
Yeah, no, we're not. We're not. Unfortunately,
Because that's another win.
Anyway, gentlemen, any more final thoughts on Super Bowl 60? We'll continue to talk about the NFL, obviously free agency next month, and we'll see what moves the Patriots make as we go forward. We've got the draft the following month after that. So our NFL discussion will not end. It will be probably less and less so.
Definitely.
But any more thoughts in your observations from
congratulations to both
Good
teams.
year.
Yeah, good year. Good year.
Congratulations to both
Congratulations.
teams.
And especially Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, finally bask in the sunlight. Don't take it too seriously, Sam, because as soon as they give it to you, they'll be there to take it away.
Exactly.
So your peace is in Christ, and find your peace there, whether you win or lose.
And to the Patriots, we want to thank you, especially from the New England area, of giving us that old feeling back of being viable and actually winning some games.
Yes.
Gave us our pride back.
It certainly did.
Been down in the dumps for about the last 6 years.
Yeah, exactly. It was a long 6 years.
It was a long 6
Glad to
years.
have it, even though we didn't win. Just to be able to,
We've gone there before and lost.
Exactly.
So we can't act like this is such a dreadful thing. This has happened before.
We've been there before. There's
Indeed.
no question about it. And we'll see if we can do it with soap. Well, the comparisons aren't true about
great being
Dan
on-
Marino.
It's great being on top, though.
Indeed.
I'll tell you.
It is.
Missed that.
Yeah, it is. It certainly is. And so,
Sports has that. And when you wake up in the morning and your team has won,
it's
you
a great
feel
feeling.
You feel infinitely better than if you wake up the next morning and your team is lost.
Yeah.
It's just a big difference. So thank you,
But I think-
New England Patriots, for giving us that.
And I think you're right in that, Clay, too. But I think this one's a little different in the fact that even though we were, pretty confident the Patriots going to win, feeling good, even though the Patriots did lose, the fact that they were there, the fact that nobody expected them to be there, I think is a win of itself.
Right.
Criticism aside, I got a lot of criticism. Will Campbell, all the different guys. But that being said, what's done is done. We got to move on. Who would have thought? I mean, Clay, I predicted 9 wins. I think. I mean, you predicted a little bit more.
Division winners.
But who would have thought that we would, especially after that loss against Pittsburgh at home, when the Patriots were sitting at 1-2, saying,
Randy Stevenson's head.
that you did.
And shoulders.
You did. Yeah.
And legs.
Knees and toes, too, yeah.
But a guy like this, me and him remember when the Patriots were nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Well, they were
Sullivan
jokes.
Stadium,
They were jokes.
And they were horrible. Yeah.
Well, thanks to Robert Kraft. And
Thank you to Mr. Kraft.
Thank you, Mr. Kraft.
Yeah. Hall of Fame voters say no.
Indeed.
But we say thank you.
We say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert.
Yeah.
Thank you, RKK.
Yes.
Gosh, you made everything for the last 20 years. It's been like fantasy. It's been sunshine, roses, green grass, blowing wind with blue skies compared to what we used to have. And listen, there's a lot of luck. I think there's a lot of luck, but actually it's hard to say that when they've had so much continued success, even in the years that they did not win.
Yeah.
They were still successful.
A lot of times they went to the AFC Championship, and this all happened under Robert Kraft. I have to get Bill Belichick in there, but thank you, Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady was a heck of a godsend. Gosh, Tom, we couldn't get enough of you. And we had lived through Drew Bledsoe, Scott Zolak, and plenty of other people that had been there before you got there. Hugh Millen. Yeah, I remember Hugh Millen. I even go back.
Rogan.
So listen, you had something that's unbelievable. I want to see Drake may develop that, but thank you to the Robert Kraft family for all that you've done.
And this certainly doesn't feel like the 3 Super Bowl losses, the 2 to the Giants, the 1 to the Eagles. It doesn't feel like where those Patriots were favored in all 3 of those games, and against a Giants team that barely made the playoffs both those years at 9-7, against a team that trotted out Nick Foles in a special year for the Eagles. So that loss here certainly doesn't feel like those 3 losses that we have seen and have been crushed by, I would say, particularly the one.
This one's palatable.
The first one against the Giants.
This one we can take a little bit.
Yeah, exactly right. So our Patriots discussion will continue throughout the offseason, and we'll see what direction Mike Vrabel will bring this team, and Elliott Wolf as well. Obviously, great pieces have been added to this team this year, and we hope going into next year more will be added and get this team moving forward and control of the AFC East. So
see what we got.
Anyway, why don't we say hello to some of our more great sponsors here on the show, and then come right back for the final 8.5 minutes or so. We'll talk about the Celtics here on the Amazing Grace Sports Network on WEZE.
Where do you go for the best breakfast and the best lunch in the South Metro Boston Quincy area? You go to the Early American Diner located at 1054 Hancock Street in Quincy. From their strawberry shortcake French toast to their famous corned beef hash for breakfast to the lunch menu, which includes a variety of burgers and specialty sandwiches such as the Waldorf turkey made with roasted turkey, apple slices, and walnuts. So, whether you want to dine in their cozy restaurant, take out, or have it delivered, the Early American Diner in historic Quincy, Massachusetts, is your go-to eatery to enjoy great food at great prices at your convenience.
Clay, have you been back to the Early American Diner since you've made your way up here?
Well, no, it's been too cold. I had to get myself used to this, acclimated to this weather here.
Yeah. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Anyway, I want to say hello to our friends at Oyama Investments, our great real estate sponsor here on the show. I thank them for what they do. If you're looking for a place to call your home, looking for great investments, well, say hello to our friends at Oyama Investments, where your dreams do find its foundation. At Oyama Investments, they are more than just real estate. They are your trusted partner, helping you build a secure future. Whether you're investing in a property that approaches purchasing your dream home, you make the process easy, transparent, and rewarding. Oyama Investments, they specialize in finding properties that align perfectly with your goal as yourself, owning a piece of the future. Whether it be a luxury apartment, a commercial space, or a family home, in the perfect neighborhood, and if you're new to the real estate investment world, don't worry. They are here every step of the way, helping you make informed choices with confidence. Real estate prices rising. There's never been a better time to invest. Ready to see your dreams come to life? Visit their website, www.yamainvestments.com. Give them a call. Their number 617-221-8881 today. Your vision becomes a reality. Our good friends at Oyama Investments.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yes,
good
indeed.
Stuff.
I thank Oyama, of course, and the Early American Diner.
Good stuff.
All our great sponsors here who allow us to come together every Saturday morning and talk about all things in the sports world. So, we've had a robust discussion on Super Bowl 60 and the Patriots. And
you guys are talking about the Winter Olympics for a little bit.
Have you watched any of the Olympics?
No.
All right then. All righty. I won't get into that. Sometimes, you're at a restaurant or something, you see that it's on, but I don't.
You're right.
I don't go home and say, "Oh, I'm going to turn on the Olympics and sit down and watch that."
Speak for yourself. I watched some of that. Some of it.
What's your favorite winter sport, Craig, in the Olympics?
I have to say I'm kind of a fan of the what do they call that?
Come
the
on.
Super G there.
The what?
The downhill skiing.
Oh, that
Downhill skiing.
downhill skiing.
Yeah,
thing,
very
huh?
dangerous.
Very
dangerous.
But the speeds of what they go at is just amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, see. And I found myself, being drawn to that figure skating. What do they call this kid? They got a young kid out there. They call him the Quad God.
Get out of here.
No, this kid does full quads in the air.
Yeah, four? He did 4 revolutions?
He does 4 revolutions and multiple 4 revolutions.
Wow.
And a backflip.
I might have to check this out.
Yeah, you might have to check him out.
Dun, 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 dun,
Ilya.
dun.
I think his name is Ilya.
Ilya.
Yeah.
All right, we'll check it out. I'll spend some time on
Not
the
bad.
Winter Olympics.
That's right.
How about our Celtics?
How about them?
Yes, the Celtics right now 35-19. They control the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference, a place that they held all of last year and just accustomed to being in, I guess, at 5.5 back of the Detroit Pistons now. As we are here in the All-Star break. Do we even call them All-Star break? Can somebody explain to me? They seem to change it every year. What is this nonsense now about these round-robin tournaments and teams? World versus All-Stars. What is? Because I just don't pay attention to it. I don't have the time.
They're looking for something.
What is it?
Yeah.
Well, they are so bad, and the ratings have been so bad on the All-Star game. They're looking to juice it up somehow. Instead of going back to just a competitive game, they keep trying to find all these gimmicks so that a lot of these players who really aren't that good can look good.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I think it's the players in themselves. Like, you could have a competitive game if they would make it competitive.
Right.
Like, I actually watched the Rising Stars games last night. Those were competitive games.
Yeah, because they didn't have LeBron in
They
them.
didn't have. Well, he's just a reserve.
I mean, yeah, as long as LeBron doesn't play, it can
go back to
right.
being competitive.
Right,
games.
he ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, but I watched the Rising Stars games last night. Those went down to the wire. BJ Edgecombe.
Oh yeah,
won both of them for his.
I really feel bad for the Harper brothers.
Ron and them.
Poor Ron.
In actuality, Ron Harper Jr. is going to get more burn with the
Celtics
release of well, not the release, but the trade of Anthony Simons.
Right.
Because he came on that next game after we got rid of Simons, and he showed up pretty well.
He showed out pretty well.
Man,
but his brother scored on him last night to seal the game.
Understood.
And Dylan Harper. And
Understood.
I if I had been a parent, which I am a parent, but I would have been torn. I wouldn't have been laughing, or I would have just had my head down because I don't know who to go for when you love 2 of your sons and one of them scores on the other, the game winner.
I'm sure that's something that happened in the driveway a lot, so they're probably used to it. Someday.
I don't know how I could handle it.
Well, it's interesting coming out of this All-Star break. The Celtics are headed out west to a tough stretch against the Warriors, the Lakers, the Suns, and the Nuggets, and then they come back home against the Nets, and then a home game Sunday against the Philadelphia 76ers on March the 1st, and a lot of people are circling that one. The Celtics home game against the Sixers has been moved from 6 p.m. to 8 o'clock, and it will now be televised on NBC. A lot of people wondering, will this be Jason Tatum's return on March the 1st?
Okay, now I see where you're going with this, because I was wondering, what 76ers? You must be kidding. They're a bum team.
Yeah.
Why is anybody circling the Canada to watch these guys?
So what do you think? In the final 2 minutes here, rapid fire, yes or no, will he come back? I think it's a yes.
Yeah,
yes or no?
I think he will.
Should he?
And the movement of Anthony Simons shows you that he will, and they've been preparing for it. You've got a big man down low who can stretch the floor. Perfect for what
should he? But should he?
I mean, you don't want to get it clogged up in there, so we'll see. But I do believe Jason.
You believe he's coming back?
Yes, sir.
But you're ambivalent on should he? Well, I'm going to say he's coming back, and he should come back. Okay, they should put him on a minute restriction.
Yeah,
5 minutes, a quarter. 5 minutes a quarter. However you want to cut it. Ease him back in. 10 minutes a half. Okay, and there you go. And play your way into it. Get yourself into it. Go up and down the court a couple of times, and yes, bring this team back to a championship, back to the NBA Finals, and win it. Jason Tatum coming back from an injury, finally getting playing minutes the way he should get the playing minutes at the end in the playoffs in the NBA Finals and win the game.
Well, we'll find out. We will soon find out. I don't think he's going to play in this West Coast road trip coming up, but we'll see what happens on March the 1st.
Yeah, March the 1st, 76. 76 they're a bump squad. They're in sixth squad. That's sixth place.
6th or 5th?
Sixth place here.
Who knows? The East is wide open. You think the Celtics can leapfrog the Pistons at some point? Final 40 seconds of the show.
That Pistons team is tough. I don't know. I think we might just have to hold out.
I think they can. I'm going to be optimistic. I'm saying yes. If the Pistons fall on hard times, lose 2 or 3 games, and the Celtics win, they'll be right there down by 2, and yes, they can grab them.
There it is.
Grab them by the neck and choke.
We will find out. Celtics
optimism.
Back in action Thursday night in Oakland against the
Go Celtics,
or in San Francisco.
Go Bruins.
Go Celtics. Go Bruins. Bruins are also come back soon as well with the Olympics and
go USA.
Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody have a great weekend. Fastest hour.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day. And back with you next week for another edition of the Amazing Grace Sports Network. Have a good weekend, everybody. Take care.
Home of the world's greatest teachers, equipping and serving.
Well, at least we didn't get cut off this time.
We didn't get cut off. But there was after that was